Okay, say it with me. We're here to get forever fit. Okay. All right, so today's class will be a little bit different in that we're going to focus on core, but what I'm calling core off the floor. I know some folks don't like to get down on the floor, don't find it comfortable, so we're going to do some ab exercises today that we can do either seated or standing. That's why I'm sitting right now. So I'm going to start here, actually. I could be standing, I could be seated, I'm seated. Let's start by talking about what we mean by core. Well, we can talk about the lower back a little bit. Might do something for that, but I'm focusing more on abdominals, quite honestly. And there's three layers here. There's this deepest layer that wraps around, called the transversus abdominis. It compresses the abs. It's kind of hard to target that without really deliberately focusing on that, so we'll do a little bit of that today. There's also the obliques, external and internal, which kind of come in at an angle. They do lateral flexion, they do rotation. We'll definitely work on those today. Then there's the most superficial muscle, the rectus abdominis. That's the six-pack muscle. Does those crunching movements. We'll do a little bit of that. It's kind of the least important of the groupings, but hit that a little bit. We're going to start with some breathing. Let's use some breath to engage the core, because this you can do anytime, any place. I want to start with a little example. Sit up tall. Let's put our hands on our abdomen. Take a deep inhale. Give me a forced exhale through pursed lips. You'll feel those muscles engage. That's primarily your transverse abdominis compressing your core. So we can use breath to target that deep muscle. This is what's going to draw the muscles in. It's kind of like nature's girdle. So let's do just some deep breath. You can put your hands here if you want, some diaphragmatic breathing. Let's inhale through the nose, expand the abdominals, exhale through pursed lips, draw the navel to the spine. Inhale, expand, exhale, press it out. Really feel those deep muscles engage. That's one option. Some nice breath work. Breath work is always good for its own sake. You can also use it to engage the core. Second option, same thing. Deep inhale, exhale, then one little tiny at the end. So you think you've gone all the way, pushing all the breath out, and then out at the end. So just inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Two more. Inhale, exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. Now don't hyperventilate, don't get dizzy breathing too deeply, so take your time with that. Third option, if you like. Very similar to the second option, but instead of that deep exhale to start with, just do a series of forced exhales. Not inhaling, just deep inhale and series of exhales. Good. Hopefully you feel that deep muscle engaging. I'm trying to make you more aware of that muscle as well as work that muscle. You can do these lying down in bed, you can do these sitting in a chair, you can do these standing. You can do the less conspicuous ones, standing in line at the grocery store. Just deep inhale, exhale, draw those abs. So think about pulling navel to spine, really engaging that deep transversus abdominis muscle. Now while we're here, again, still seated or standing, let's do a little cat-cow to warm up the spine and kind of mobilize the entire core. So as we inhale, we'll lift the chest, arch the back a little bit. As we exhale, we'll scoop and tuck and curl the abs. Inhale, expand, exhale, scoop. Now as you exhale and scoop, you can really engage this rectus abdominis now, your six-pack muscle. Think about crunching. So make it a crunch as you squeeze those muscles. Inhale, expand, exhale, crunch. So if we ever get on the floor to do crunches in other classes, you can sit in your chair and do crunches this way because you are still engaging that muscle. All right, let's move on. Let's do our warm-up now. But I'm going to change it up a little bit. Instead of hands down, lifting our knees, let's add some rotation to this and engage those obliques. We'll start with our march, just march. We'll step and lift our knees like this. Step, knee. Now then twist your opposite elbow over and turn through your torso. So we're twisting and lifting the knee. Try to bring your elbow to your knee. Whatever you get is fine. Just try to twist it. Working obliques for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Next we'll open up our hips. Bring your knee out to the side. This gives us some of that lateral movement in the obliques. Keep this going. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We'll just do some hamstring curls next. Not really for the core, just to do the curls. Warming up the legs. Keep it going with curls for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Next we'll double up those curls right here. Double curl. And double. And double. Back to single curl, 4, 3, 2, double for 2, and 1, single, single, double. Single, single, now double. Single, single, and double. 2 more sets. Single, single, double. One more time. Single, single, double, and march it out. Let's shake it out. All right. I'm not going to do our side lunges today because I'm going to do an exercise for the legs that's also for the core. Take some places of our lunging out. Let's grab 1 dumbbell or 1 weight. So we're going to work our legs, but also work the core with this 1 weight. We're going to do chops. Think about a hip width stance. I've got three options for chops. I like to call them choptions. Choption number 1. We'll take that weight over your right shoulder. We'll take just a slight squat and twist that weight down to your left hip. So we'll lift and lower and chop it. Doing that twist for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, of course, we're only working one side at a time with this. So we'll switch sides. Take that weight over your left shoulder this time. And we'll chop it to the right side. 5, 6, 7, 8. Chop it. And twist it. Just a slight swat here. For 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more, 3, 2, and 1. That's our first choption. Feet are planted, about hip width, slight squat, side to side. Second choption. Take a wider stance. Let's go over the right shoulder first. So I'm going to turn this left foot out a little bit. Got a wide stance, and I'm going to turn up my foot so that if I take a lunge here, my knee is going right out toward my toes. The weight's over my right shoulder. I'm chopping to the left and lunging. Imagine reaching for that foot. So it's hinging down, almost folding your chest to your thigh. We'll just go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch sides. Pivot the feet. Turn the right foot out. The weight over your left shoulder. We're chopping to the right side. Chopping. Twisting. And folding over the thigh. Working obliques and legs. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, our third choption is like our second choption, except we're going to step out and in with each chop. So you have two other options you can do now. You can do your first choption, do a little squat. You can do your second choption, just holding out in that lunge position with that wide stance, or you can step out and in with each chop. Choose a choption, bring it over your right shoulder. We're chopping to the left side for 8, 7, 6, this is more dynamic, 5, more work, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Got it? So same deal the other side. You can do your first choption. You can do your second choption, leaving the foot out the whole time. You can step out and in each time. Pick it over your left shoulder. Just chop it to the right for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. We're warmed up. We've also worked our legs. Let's do a balance exercise now. And it's going to start as a very familiar exercise. We do this one a lot, but I'm going to dress it up more for more core work. So, again, there'll be options. So you might want to have a chair or a broomstick or something to hang on to for some balance here. Let's hold that, whatever it is, with our left hand. Let's ground the left foot. Now, normally I say you can do forward and back. You can still do forward and back like train shocks if you want, just tapping up and back. You can also tap in front and behind. You can make it bigger. Now, here's the challenge. If you want more core, we're going to add arms to it. Up and back. Tap and tap. So I bring the opposite arm forward for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. So you've got options here. You can hold a chair or stick, or you can twist your body if you want. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. We'll switch sides. You have all those same options available to you. So a couple things. If you're trying to do the balance work without holding the chair, remember to find something stationary to focus on. Also, think about that core engagement, stabilizing yourself from the core. That will help you keep your balance. Strong core helps with balance. Pelvic floor helps the balance, so engage the pelvic floor. So right hand holds the chair or stick if you wanted to. Right foot is grounded. Left foot can tap forward and back, or can tap front and behind. We can add the arms, bringing opposite hand forward. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Twisting through the waist. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So that's something to play with. You can work these on your own on off days. If you're still holding the chair and tapping in front and back, that's okay. Maybe you stop holding the chair and just don't hold the chair quite as strongly. Eventually you won't need the chair for that part. Then you can begin to add a little twist if you want to. So work on that, build that up. All right. Let's just do a couple quick sets of upper body. Then we'll do some more core work. We'll start with chest. We have our options for chest. We can sit in our chair, slide our hips forward on an angle, on an incline here. We can do chest presses. We could also do flies if you prefer flies. Flies might be a little slower so that we're keeping control of that long lever. You can also go to a counter or a wall or a piece of furniture or the floor if you like to do push-ups. So choose yourself an option. Get ready. 5, 6, 7, 8. Lower and we'll lift. Bring it down. Press it up. Inhale, exhale, and we keep it going for 12, 11, slower with the squats, 10, 9 and breath, for 8 and lift, 7 up, hips are straight, abs are braced, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and rest. Let's not forget, if you are doing a push-up variation, that is also core work automatically. That is like doing a plank, bracing the core, keeping the spine aligned, keeping the hips nice and straight. You could also throw in a plank at any point you want to. You could do this on the floor, but you could do it on your counter. A higher level to do it from will make it easier. So for instance, I can go to my counter, I can go to a table or a piece of furniture, put my forearms down, keep it easy on my wrist if I want to. Then I straighten my hips, and I just hold it here. Thinking about drawing in those abs, keeping them braced, keeping everything aligned. It's a nice variation of plank. To make it harder, you lower yourself further down, maybe to the seat of the chair. And when you're doing a plank, I'd like you to keep your elbows right under your shoulders and press down into your elbows so you're keeping your shoulders active and you're not slumping down or pushing up. Everything's nice and straight and braced. Okay. That was just an aside, but it's more core. Let's do some rows. You can sit. You can lean forward over your thighs. You can stand, you can squat and hinge forward. And then lift those weights to your sides, up and down. Keeping the elbows close. Squeeze, lift and lower, keep it going. 3, 2, and slow it down to half time. And pull, and lower. Lift, 2, 3, 4, lower, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4, down, 2, 3, 4. One more time like this. Regular time. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Catch your breath. Do a couple of stretches while we catch our breath. Open your arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Open your chest. Feel the stretch across the front of your body, across the front of your shoulders. Little pulses back. Big pulse to release it. Interlace your fingers. Turn your palms out. Press out. Slide your shoulder blades apart. Stretching across your upper back. Let's shrug our shoulders, roll them back and down. Imagine sliding your shoulder blades into your back hip pocket. Raising arms up, swaying to one side. Stretching lats. Using breath to expand the ribs. Exhaling to go deeper into that side bend. Inhaling to lift, exhaling to flex. Relax. Shake it out. We'll do some side raises next for our deltoids. You can be seated or standing. Grab your weight, stack your spine, roll your shoulders and back. Now with your side raise, you have a choice. Palms can face in or forward. Try it both ways, see if one feels better. Lift out to the side, lift and low. Just to shoulder level. Up and down. 12, 11, 10, 9, up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Catch your breath. Let's do some arm curls. We'll do hammer curls today. Palms are facing in, spine is stacked. Now, you know, one way we work our core is to think about our core and engage our core with everything else that we do. So I could just kind of sit here and I could do my hammer curls, or I can sit here and with an active core back supported, spine tall, and curl those weights like this, lift and low, right up to my shoulders. Still drawing navel to spine, using breath. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Catch your breath. Let's do some triceps. Just like we did with rows, you can do triceps seated, hinging forward, folding over your thighs with elbows tucked in and straightening back. You can also stand for these. Now when you do these exercises standing, you're going to get a little more engagement in your lower back. So there's more core work on the back side of the body. We will do something else in a second for that anyway, but you can come with me if you like, hinging forward, elbows tucked, extend, and bend. Now as you bend, we're not swinging the weights forward, we're stopping as our knuckles point straight down for 12, 11, 10, lift for 9, 8, extend for 7, 6, almost through this set, in 4, 3 more, 2, and 1, and relax. Alright, we're all going to stand now. For deadlift, this is also going to engage the lower back. Let's make sure we're doing it right though. So for starters, just put hands on hips. Stack the spine, lift the sternum, lengthen the spine. Take just a micro bend in the knee, just a tiny soft bend. Now, find that hip crease. This is where your leg meets your pelvis, that hip crease. And then fold from there, keeping that spine long, squeezing shoulder blades together. So I'm not rounding over, keeping the back strong and engaged. Don't worry about how low you go, worry about your form. Sometimes we think about we're trying to get to the floor. We're not trying to get to the floor. We're trying to keep our spine long, keep these muscles engaged, so we have more strength. We can stand like this, not like this. When you do your deadlift like this, you are training your body to look like this. When you do your deadlift like this, you are training your body to look like this. Got it? Now, little tip. I like to pull back against the weight so the weights don't hang. When the weights hang, you tend to slump into it. Pull back against those weights. Keep some resistance. Keep a little bend in your elbow so your shoulders blades are active. We're hinging from the hips for deadlift. 5, 6, 7, 8. Lower and lift. Down and up. Sternum is lifted. Spine is long. 12, 11, 10. Squeeze those glutes coming up. 8, 7 up. 6 and lift. 5, 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Catch your breath. We have a few stretches to do now. We've got to stretch our shoulders. So we'll roll our shoulders back, interlace our fingers, push our knuckles to the floor. You can also grab a towel behind your back and hold the towel with the backs of your hands against your back side. If that's more comfortable for you, I encourage you to do that. Then we'll stretch our biceps. So open our arms, twist our thumbs under and press back. And then stretch in the upper arms and those biceps. Shake it out. Give me a big shoulder roll, bring one arm up, pack the back. Pull back. And we'll switch sides. Tricep stretch. I'm going to show you 3 variations of a side bend to work your obliques. And I'm going to sit down again, do a couple twisty things. We'll call it a day. All right. I'm going to use one weight for this, hip width stance, spine stacked. Now, this is going to be a side bend. This is like the basic variation. Think about taking this weight right down the seam of your pants or shorts. So we're going to lower and lift. I'm going to do this at tempo, which is this. You can do half time, which is this. So you can choose at tempo or half time. Get ready. 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll go for 8. 7. If you're doing half time, you'll just do 4. That's fine. You can do other stuff too. 4. 3. Sternum is lifted. Keep it tall. Tall through the spine. And 1. Remember what I said about keeping the core engaged, thinking about keeping the core active. So we're nice and tall. Other side. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. You can do more of those if you want. I just want to show you the side bend here. Now, another nice option. I'm going to back up so you can see me better. You can hold one weight with both hands over the head. If it's on top of your head, it'll be easier. The higher you lift it, the harder it becomes, the longer lever. Now, whether you lift it or not, you're flexing from your core. You're not moving your arms. This is not the exercise. The exercise is this, and flexing. Work at your own pace with this one, side to side. Again, higher up is harder, but the whole body moves, not just the arms. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, this is working those obliques. Now, here's one more option. It's a windmill. It's like a pyramid, like a triangle pose in yoga. We're going to make it simple, though. We're going to have our feet a little wider than hip width. Now, this will be, you can do this with no weight at all, just using body weight. It's still going to be good work. You can use one weight in your bottom hand. It'll be harder if you use one weight in your top hand. It'll be harder still if you use weights in both hands. So there's your progression. No weight, bottom hand only, top hand only, or both hands. Let's just pivot that right foot out a little bit. Bring the left arm up. And lower this right weight down so the spine is long. I'm not flexing the spine. I'm hinging from the hip this time. Bracing the core. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, you could do half time on that if you prefer. Switch our feet around. Right arm up, left arm down. Same options. Here we go. Lower and lift. Down and up. Spine is long, core is active. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So if you want to build up to that, you might need to build up to it. Forget the weights. Here's a good place to start if you need a simpler starting point. Let's put the left hand on the hip. Let's put the right hand on the leg. Keep that spine long at your own pace. Just slide that hand down and bring it up. Then you come all the way up. Try to lift through your torso. Engage the abs. Let's just switch sides to practice. Left side. Spine is long. Just slide down the thigh. Back. Okay. So you could start with that. Then you could add arms like this. Then you could add one weight in your bottom hand. Move it to your top hand. Add your second weight. You see how it goes. But you're going to feel it here. All right. I promised you more seated stuff. So this first thing is just a variation of what we did earlier, standing. So seated, brace the core. Now this seated stuff only works if you actively engage your core. If you just slump here and lift your knees, you're not doing anything. So core is active, you can march the knees. So that's one. You could also twist over, but come up each time. So crunch and lift. Crunch and lift. Come back to center, nice and tall. So it's not this. Not this. It's this. I crunch, I lift to center. I crunch and I lift. When I lift, I engage those back muscles. All right. One more quick thing. We've done this before. The twist. Hold one weight with both hands. Come to the edge of your chair. Option 1, just lift your heels, leave your toes down. Option 2, lift your feet off the floor, brace your core. Rotate side to side. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and rest. All right. We have worked our core many different ways, and we have targeted all 3 layers of the abdominals and also the back. So you can kind of pick whatever works best for you. Try to engage your core more, and just think about your core. Think about your breath. Again, in the car, you're driving, but you're still breathing. Think about sitting up tall and bracing and breathing. Before we finish, we've got to stretch our legs a little bit. Let's bring your right foot forward. Face that foot. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, press your chest towards your thigh. Hamstring stretch. Breathe and sink. Let's rise back up. Bring the right foot in. Extend the left leg out. Turning to face the foot. Inhale, tall. Exhale. Find that hip crease and fold from there. Rise back up. Bring it in, shake out those legs. Quick quad stretch. Today, let's try to do our standing stretch where we let's ground whatever foot is closest to our chair. Let's pick up the other foot, try to grab that ankle, and then pull it back. Lift the chest. Try to open the hip and the quads. And breathe. Imagine when you inhale, you're opening up those muscles even more. Release it. Turn around. Switch sides. So pick up that knee, grab the foot, and pull it back. Open it up. You can also wrap your towel around your ankle. Add some length to that if you need to. Release it. Shake it out. All right. It's time for 3 deep breaths. Take a little wider than hip width stance. Inhale and lift. Exhale, draw those abs in. Pull those shoulder blades down. Inhale, lift. Exhale. One more breath. Good work. You can practice those ab exercises like every other day or so. Wouldn't hurt you. And we'll see you next time. The next time that we get Forever Fit.